Hi, 7th graders. We're on lesson 8.3, which starts on page 427 in your textbook. We are going to be learning how to write two-step equations that represent real-life problems. So in lesson 8.2, we learned how to solve our two-step equations. Now we're going to learn how to write them and then solve them as well. So as we're writing equations, we need to be able to understand when to use addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. We learned way back in chapter 1 how to write one-step equations when we were given word problems or verbal sentences, but now sometimes when we're given more numbers and more operations, then it leads into two-step equations or even multi-step equations, which could be more than two steps. So if we look at the sum of 415 times a number is 700. We can let n represent the number. We know that sum means addition, so we know that we are going to add 400 and then 15 times the number is means equals 700. So if we look at this, we're adding 400 plus 15 times a number. We said that a number is n, so we have 15 times n is our equal sign 700. So when we're looking at sentences or looking at word problems and we see the word is, we need to associate it with, we need to figure out what does the is go to, and then we know that that's going to be our equal sign. It's not always going to be right after it. Sometimes it's before, but we need to look for that. So thinking of when we use addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So there's some words that we can look for that mean addition. So we know sum means addition. We know that we could use, or we can look for more than would be an addition. Increase would be addition. What else? If you can think of other words that mean addition, or any of these that I don't put up, bring them to class tomorrow. Subtraction, we know that if we see the word difference, then that means subtraction. Less than, decrease. I'm trying to think of more words. If we're looking for multiplication, to determine multiplication, we can think if it says it's like 2 times something or 3 times something would be multiplication. Or the word twice means if it said like twice a number. The answer to a multiplication product or equation is product, so if it said the word product. For division, if we look for quotient, that would be the answer to a division problem. We could also look for, it might use the word dividend, that's part of division. It could say like half or thirds or a fraction would be division. So these are just some of the words that we look for to determine if it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. The more sentences that we read and the more equations that we create, the more that these will come naturally to us to remember. Okay, so if we have the equation, or the sentence, 8 less than 3 times a number is negative 23. So I'm going to first of all underline some important keywords. So we have less than, we have 3 times a number, and we have is negative 23, so we know that that's going to go with our equal sign. Okay, So since I know that right there, that it is negative 23, I'm just going to right away make my equation. So whatever this is equals negative 23. So it's 8 less than 3 times a number. So let's have our number be n. Whatever the number is being multiplied by 3. And then it's 8 less than that. So that means first we need to multiply the number by 3, then take away 8. So we would have 3n minus 8. So 8 less than, because 8 is less than 3 times the number, is negative 23. Okay, and here's our answer. 3n minus 8 equals negative 23. Okay, we have 13 is 7 more than twice a number. So we have our is. This time 13 goes with it. So I'm going to right away write equals 13 because we know that whatever it is equals 13. Is 7 more than twice a number? So twice a number. So let's use n as our variable again. So twice a number is 2 times n, and then it's 7 more than that. So more than means addition. 2n plus 7 equals 13. And we wrote it the other way around. I like to have my expression on the left side and then my answer on the right side, but it doesn't matter how we write it. The quotient of a number and 4 decreased by 1 is equal to 5. So right away quotient tells me division, decreased by tells me subtraction, and it's equal to 5. So we have right away equal to 5. And if it helps you to, once you figure it out, if it helps you to cross it off, so then you know what you have left, that would be fine too. So the quotient of a number and 4. So we're taking a number and 4, dividing it because it's quotient, and then decreased by 1. So n divided by 4 minus 1 equals 5. And there's our answer. Okay, I want you to take a second, pause me, and do A, B, and C. So if we have 15 equals 3 more than 6 times a number. So 15 equals, and then 3 more than, so we're adding 3, 6 times a number. So you should have 15 equals 6n plus 3, or 6n plus 3 equals 15. Because we have 6 times a number, 6n, plus 3 equals 15. If 10 is increased by the quotient of a number and 6, the result is 5. So the quotient of a number and 6 goes together, and then it's increased by 10, and the result is 5, so equals 5. So we have 10 is increased by, so 10 plus n divided by 6 equals 5. Or if you have n divided by 6 plus 10 equals 5, that would be fine too. Put that up there. The difference between 12 and twice a number is 18. So we know it's going to equal 18. The difference between 12 and twice a number. Difference means subtraction. So we have 12 minus twice a number, 2n equals 18. Okay, personal trainer buys a weight bench for $500 and W weights for $25 each. The total cost of the purchase is $850. How many weights were purchased? So we buy the weight bench for $500 and then a certain amount of weights. We don't know how many, but they were $25 each. So that tells us right there that we're going to have 25 times W, because however many weights we bought, we have to multiply it by 25. The weight bench is $500 alone, so that's going to be by itself. So here we have our weight bench, 500, plus 25 times W equals 850. Okay, so then we are going to solve. So if we have 500 plus 25W equals 850, and now we think back to how do we solve two-step equations? Okay, we're going to go back to our railroad tracks. This is really good review for us. Subtract 500 on both sides. Okay, so we have 25W. 850 minus 500 is 350. Then we divide both sides by 25. And we get 350 divided by 25. I just want to check it on my calculator, even though I know that 25 goes into 104 times. We can multiply that by 3, we get 12. Then 25 goes into 50 2 times. So then that's 2 more times, so it should be 14. So that tells us that he bought 14 weights. You and your friend's lunch cost $19. Your lunch costs $3 more than your friend's. How much was your friend's lunch? So F represents the cost of your friend's lunch. So your friend's lunch was $19. Or no, sorry. Your lunch was, okay, your friend's lunch is F. Your lunch is 3 more than your friend's lunch. So here's your friend's lunch, and you're just adding 3. The total cost is 19. So if we have F plus 3, we can rewrite that then. So we have F plus 3 equals 19. We know that F plus F is 2F. So we have 2F plus 3 equals 19. And then we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. So we would have 2F equals 16. Divide both sides by 2. So then F equals 16 divided by 2 is 8. So it's asking you, we have to always go up to the problem and make sure we're answering the right question. It's asking you how much was your friend's lunch, and since we represented your friend's lunch as F, then we have F equals 8, and since this is money, then I'm going to change this to $8. Since your lunch was $3 more than your friend's lunch, then your lunch would be $11. And 11 plus 8 is 19, which was our total. Okay? We are going to stop right there. Make sure you go on to NICU and take the 8-3 NICU quiz. You can always go back into your textbook and look at more examples or reread. Have a super evening.